Howard Kellman had a dream to become a baseball broadcaster. While attending Brooklyn College, he would take his tape recorder to Yankee Stadium, sit in the stands, and practice his baseball play-by-play. Howard has broadcast the AAA baseball team, the Indianapolis Indians, since 1973. And 1 week from this Friday, he is going to start his 49th season as the voice of the Indianapolis Indians. He was named the Indiana Sportscaster of the Year in 2002, and in 2009, he was inducted into the Indiana Sportscasters Hall of Fame. So everyone give a huge welcome to the voice of the Indianapolis Indians, Howard Kellman.
Thank you so much, Ryan, and I'm honored to be speaking today. And I would also like to tell you that I'm a professional speaker as well, and have done that for about 25 years. In fact, I had a speech in Columbus, Ohio, earlier today, the Ohio State Asphalt Association, Flexible Pavements of Ohio. And there's such a similarity between broadcasting baseball and giving speeches, because in both, you're a storyteller. Football, basketball announcing is different. The game will lead you, but in baseball, there's fill, there's dead time. So as an announcer, you tell stories, and that's a big part of it. People often say, what does it take to make it in the broadcast business? Because there's not a clear path to success. Well, there was a young boy, 12 years old, who had his heart set on becoming a broadcaster. And he spotted Sander Van Oker, the longtime NBC announcer, then the History Channel. He spotted Sander outside the NBC studios in New York, and he approached him. He said, "Mr. Van Oker, you're a successful network announcer. I want to be one too. Can you please help me? Can you give me some pointers?" Sanders said, "Absolutely, young man. Young man, the key to making it in the broadcast business are sincerity and integrity. Once you learn how to fake those two, you should be successful." Well, I can say it's a great business, but you never know where it'll take you. Any Cincinnati Reds fans here at all? Well, if you've ever gone to the Great American Ballpark, or prior to that, Riverfront Stadium, when a Reds batter hits a home run, they shoot off fireworks. Now, I say to all of you, how would you feel if you're the visiting pitcher? It's bad enough you gave up a home run, and now you have to listen to fireworks on top of that. Well, one day, Billy Connors was the Cubs pitching coach, and Rick Sutcliffe was on the mound for the Cubs in Cincinnati, and a Reds batter belts a home run. Boom, 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 the fireworks are going off, and Sutcliffe's upset. He has to listen to all that. Okay, next batter comes up, and he hits a home run too. And there go the fireworks, the smoke, the dust. Now Rick Sutcliffe is getting mighty upset out there. Mighty upset. He's given up 2 homers. He's had to listen to fireworks. The next batter comes up. A 3rd straight home run. The fireworks again. Now Rick Sutcliffe is so angry, he can't even see straight, having given up 3 straight homers, having to listen to fireworks each time. Meanwhile, Billy Connors, the Cubs pitching coach, is also very upset because he's seen his pitcher give up 3 straight homers. So Connors is angry. Sutcliffe is angry. Connors walks out to the mound to talk to Sutcliffe. And Sutcliffe says, "What are you doing out here?" And Connors said, I have to give the guy a chance to reload the fireworks. With that, they both broke up laughing, and Sutcliffe settled down and pitched much better. One other story about baseball and broadcasting I'd like to share about Bob Uecker. Bob Uecker, and you may remember him from the Miller Lite commercials and the movie Major League, playing the announcer Harry Doyle. He was hilarious, and he was incredible. He lived to age 90, passed away a few months ago, and was still broadcasting Milwaukee Brewers baseball last season. And I'm proud to say Bob Uecker in 1960 played for the Indianapolis Indians. He didn't hit too well, but that was his whole thing. He had a whole routine about how bad he was as a player, deadpan humor, very funny. Like, for instance, he said, "Well, I found out the Phillies released me when the manager, Gene Ma, came up to me in the clubhouse and said, 'Bob, no visitors allowed.'" That was part of his routine. Funny. But my favorite Bob Uecker story was spontaneous. He was broadcasting a baseball game with Howard Cosell and Al Michaels on ABC TV. Cosell said something that wasn't too bright, and Uecker tried to gently correct him. Cosell didn't like it. So he said, "Very well, Bob," and again, this is going out over the air. "Very well, Bob, but you know, Bob, you're being rather truculent." Then there's dead silence. And then a little while later, Cosell said to Uecker, "Bob, you do know what truculent means, don't you?" Bob Uecker said, "Yes, if I borrowed a truck from you, that would be the truculent." Some audiences like that one. But anyway, I could tell these stories, and I wrote a book several years ago called 61 Humorous and Inspiring Lessons I Learned from Baseball, and have a lot of fun with that. And every day at the ballpark is unique. One day you have a 2-1 game, the next day you have a 10-9 game. So that's what makes baseball what it is. And the most important thing I can say to you is this: if baseball were easy, they'd call it football. Like that. Now, I'm just kidding. I love football and basketball too. I love the Colts, no matter what goes on there. But I love football and basketball too. But here's what I want you to remember about baseball. And it's unique in a couple of ways. It's the only sport where the defense has the ball. Football, basketball, hockey, soccer, lacrosse, the defense reacts to the offense. But in baseball, the offense, the hitter, reacts to the defense, the pitcher, and that is why it is so unpredictable. And the other thing unique about it, it's not governed by a time clock. All the other sports are. It's governed by innings, so that you can be trailing by a lot of runs late in the game, but if you have a big inning, you can still win. You got to give the other team 27 outs. So that's one of the beauties of the game too. It's been an honor to get a chance to speak to you today. A couple of final thoughts. Success does not lead to happiness. Happiness leads to success. There was a movie some of you may have seen with Will Smith about 10 years ago called The Pursuit of Happiness. I thought it was a really good movie, except that title was misleading. That was not the pursuit of happiness. That was the pursuit of excellence. He was a very happy person. Happiness comes from within. He was a very happy person, and that enabled him to pursue these things and pursue excellence because he had a great attitude. So as you go about your day, don't work to achieve happiness. Happily work, because when you happily work, your mood is elevated. When you're working to achieve happiness, you're looking for something to elevate your mood. Don't look for something. Elevate it and be inspired. Thank you so much.